What happens when the Earth is finally taking a big crap and humanity has decided it's time to leave? Well, in this episode of the Comic Book Review Show, we're going to talk about Crashdown. What's it all about? You're about to find out, because this is the comic book review of Crashdown. Let's get started. Welcome back for another episode of the Comic Book Review with yours host, as always, Joseph Michaels, the Adventurous Joe. And I gotta tell you right now, this series is only 4 parts. Why is it only 4 parts? Where was the other parts to it and stuff? Well, it turns out this was part of originally a GoFundMe kind of deal and stuff, a Kickstarter, if you will. And it got backed but by Whatnot, but on top of that, it only got backed for 4 issues. No other issues have come out since, and no idea if they're going to continue on the story or not. The story is about Allison Taylor and her husband Steve, along with their friend, who is also got a man crush deal going on with over Allison, even though she's married to Steve. Okay, and they are about to embark on a huge operation. They're leaving the Earth behind to go to this new world. It's kind of like the Lost in Space, with the remake of Lost in Space, where they're supposed to set down on this new world and stuff like that. But everyone's supposed to be in cryo sleep kind of deal, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Well, on their way to this new world, something happened. Everyone started awakening from cryo sleep too frickin' early. They weren't supposed to awaken until they got to the new planet. And on top of that, they weren't going to wake up everyone until they got everything settled on the new planet. Well, here's the kicker, people. The cryo chamber suddenly malfunctioned. Yeah, something happened, and all the people that were in this thing, hundreds of people, have suddenly woke up. And they're not even supposed to be awake yet. Allison and her husband were supposed to be asleep still. Everyone was supposed to be asleep still. And while the captain and his crew piloted the ship to the new world and stuff. Okay? The problem is the cryo chambers malfunctioned. Everyone's awake now. And the captain is all about that. Well, seeing as how you guys were going to be woken up anyhow to, start our journey down to the planet kind of deal, blah, 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 blah. No cares in the world whatsoever. The biggest shock in issue 1 is that Allison wakes up and she wants to see her husband Steve and stuff, so she goes to his cryopod, and he's old. He's old. He's freaking malnourished and everything else in between. And she's like, what the hell happened to you? Everyone else is waking up young and fresh like they went to sleep about, 100 years ago or some crap. And he's woke up and he's freaking old as shit. Yeah. I still couldn't believe that in issue 1. But here's the real kicker. They got to the planet they're supposed to go to, right? There's something on the planet. Yeah, there's something on that planet. And the minute they got caught in this storm, trying to get through the planet's atmosphere and stuff, and they get caught in the storm, they crash. The first team that's supposed to go down to the planet, which had Allison with it, Peter Graham, who is the guy that's obsessing over Allison, and but it's also friends with her and Steve. Okay, They all go down there, and only 4 or 5 of them make it out of the crash alive. Because there's something in the frickin' ocean. And the minute that ship crashed into the ocean and everybody's trying to swim away, giant frickin' tentacles came out of the frickin' water and started killing everyone. It ripped a couple of the pilots in half. It ripped another guy to pieces. I was like, what in the God's name is this? What is that thing? The Kraken? What'd they do? Enter the planet of Clash of the Titans? Crashdown is a suspenseful thriller and horror, for that matter, that you would die over reading, because you would not think something like this could happen to people, like, you know, all the time. And on top of that, I was praying the captain would be killed. Never happened. My wish went unfulfilled. Why did I pray that the captain be killed? Because he was a complete and utter jackass. Asshole, if you will. And yes, I'm swearing. And if you don't like it, tune out. Okay? Because this guy kills Allison's husband. When he finds out that, you know, this is what happened to the cryo chamber and stuff like that, he says, we gotta, the doctors tell him, the technicians that are behind the cryo sleep program and stuff, tell him what happened. Somebody sabotaged the cryo chamber, one of the cryo systems and stuff, and so on and so forth. And what does the captain do? Oh, we can't have anybody finding out about this shit. Well, what about Steve? Bam! Right through the head. The man's laying there half dead in his bed, in the hospital bed, medical bed, whatever the heck you want to call it, and the captain shoots him in the head. I prayed this guy would die. That somebody would take it upon themselves and kill him after what he did. And then on top of that, the people that are woke from cryosleep, there's not enough food to go around for everybody. So what does that son of a bitch do? He says, leave them to die. Leave them on the ship to die. We're getting the people that are useful, helpful, and able onto the other transports, and we're going down to the surface. Frick the people that are left behind. Let them starve and everything else in between. I was like, am I reading, what am I reading here? This is the most unreal thing I've ever seen. This captain reminded me of that captain on Dead Space. Holy God. Either way, Allison gets sucked into the, well, on the planet still, after the crash took place and stuff. Allison gets pulled under the ocean, into the ocean, underwater, and by one of the tentacles. And you'd think the thing was going to kill her. And instead, it somehow mind melds with her. And infects her with something. Okay? And she, when they find her and pull her out of the ocean and return her to the surface and stuff, she is unconscious for the longest freaking time. And then when she awakens finally and stuff, they're all like, you know, oh, there's only like 4 or 5 people left over from the transport that came down. Everyone else is dead or missing. Okay? And they don't know what to make of everything. They figure, okay, we better make a fire, a little camp right here, and don't move a muscle. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything, because we don't know what else is on this freaking world. Well, one of the guys, Shepard, don't listen. And he's already going crazy because of what happened to his co-pilot. Okay. He goes out into the woods, in the jungle, woods, whatever the heck you want to call it exactly. Okay, into the jungle, and goes behind a tree to frickin' take a crap or whatever. Okay, and just as gets done, and he's about to stand up and cry a little more and then leave back to the camp, something comes down and chomps him in half. It literally bites him in half. And all that's left of him is his torso. Or, his legs. Part of his torso and his legs. And I'm sitting there going, what in the hell was that? Yeah. Crashdown is that kind of horror type mystery and thriller. Because on top of that, one of the survivors on board one of the children from the cryosleep, he goes back and tells his mom and dad what the captain did and what he's planning to do. Okay? The mom and dad says that it's about survival. They don't care about the others. It's about survival. So they don't tell anybody what's going on, and they get themselves on the other transports, one of the other transports and stuff, to go down to the surface with their son. I'm sitting back and going, are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? This series, 4 parts is not enough. I need more. I need to know more, because it ends on a major cliffhanger. Not only does the captain, that asshole captain, and the crew that boarded the other transports and stuff get down to the surface, but Allison has been taken over by that tentacle bait monster she mind melded with, if you will. Okay. And she's down there telling it not to pull them into the water like it did before and stuff. And she says, wait for it. She says, they'll all soon be down here and we can feast. You can feast on every one of them and stuff. I'm like, what in the world happened to you? What did this thing do to Allison? And on top of that, she don't even know her husband Steve is dead. And on top of that, the other 4 people that were left over besides her, they're all dead. They are all freaking dead. Even I couldn't believe how this ended. So Crashdown, was this one of those hits or misses? This was a major hit. And I wish it was past 4 issues. It needs to continue. The guys behind this were on Scotty Vong's interview with him and Collecting with Durst did. Okay, with them and stuff. The guys that did this comic, they were doing an interview with them and stuff. And I took place in the live chat. I was talking to them through the chat and stuff, asking questions. And I said, I still can't believe what you did. I can't believe what you did. Why is there no more issues to this? We need 4 more issues. We need 5 more issues. Let's go. Get this series back up and running. Crashdown needs to continue. I need to know more. I need to see this captain die. Okay? I want to see him suddenly get yanked into the water and killed by that tentacle monster and stuff. I want to see this mother effer dead. Ugh. Yes, I'm getting overzealous, and the evil in Joe has come forth. Anyways, Crashdown is a hit, and I enjoyed all 4 issues. I want more of it, and if they do more, sign me up. I'm going for it. You want to do another Kickstarter to get it going again or some stuff? Sign me up. I'm going for it. Okay, because Crashdown is worth it. This is a story that needs to finish. This is not a finish. This is a cliffhanger. It needs a finish. Let's hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Oh, and in case of rating, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I don't care if it's a 4-issue thing like it was and stuff, but at the same time, and you know, where I would grant it, you know, well, that's how you leave it kind of deal, okay? No, I'm hyped over it. I want to see more of it. I want to see the captain die and everything else in between. So, 10 out of 10. Highly recommended if you can get your hands on the issues. Because I know some on eBay and stuff like that, but check with your LCS, your local comic shops, and see if they are in the back issues. Get them. It's a story worth reading and enjoyable, nonetheless. 10 out of 10 for Crashdown. And that's it for this episode of the Comic Book Review Show, Adventurous Ones. What do you think of this review? Did you think it would, from what I told you about it, do you think it's something you yourselves would want to pick up if it goes into a trade paperback format? Or if you got a local comic book shop you could find these at? Share your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, and hit that bell notification, set it to all, so you don't miss on anything we got going on in 2024. Lots more on the way, and you don't want to miss out. So until the next one, my adventurous ones, peace out! May the force be with all of you. Watch out for tentacle monsters in the oceans. Especially if you go to a new world. Take care of yourselves, and God bless to all of you out there. Be smart, and get home safely to all your loved ones. And don't mess up in life, okay? Be smart. Use this. Don't do stupid stuff to take yourselves out of this world too soon. So until the next time, my adventurous ones, I will see you all later.